I saw a pretty long list of things to buy in Sonoma County in 2023, and I thought, wow, that's like a 3-hour video. But I'm gonna chunk it down into 5 of my favorites right here in this video coming up. I was at the Sonoma Valley Newcomers Art Fair, and that was last weekend, and it was fantastic. Really upscale artists were there, and it was just a really neat day. And there were only like 25 people showing, but it was super special. And it got me to thinking, if we were to collect things throughout Sonoma County that were really were quintessentially Sonoma County, what would they be? And the artwork is definitely one of them. There are lists and lists and lists. I was Googling artists Sonoma County because I only know maybe 5 or 6 off the top of my head. It's crazy. So some really famous, world-renowned artists live here, and it's a lot of fun to go see what they do and to enjoy them when they come out at art fairs, street fairs, or even the fantastic galleries that are in Sonoma County. So people like Stephen Galloway, William Wiley, and Chester Arnold, who's an oil painter and lives here in Sonoma County. These are lovely, classically trained artists. There are so many galleries in Sonoma County, a lot of which are up in Healdsburg and Santa Rosa. There's a few in Sonoma. And I don't know if you've been to Sonoma to Lisa Christine's gallery on the plaza. Her photography, it's amazing. It's huge pictures of places all around the world. So you can really enjoy yourself in Sonoma County. Just pick a city and make a day of it. And don't forget the Made Local Market in Montgomery Village in Santa Rosa, which I frequent all the time. It's a store in that shopping center, and it's just fantastic. If you want to buy actual Sonoma County artisan stuff, go to the Made Local Market in Montgomery Village. These are but a microcosm of the fantastic art fairs, art shows, and galleries that you can see in Sonoma County. But I want to share them with you because probably 3 times a year I go to art shows, and I'm always like, oh my gosh. I don't know if you've ever been to a plein air art show, but there's a big art show in the plaza here in Sonoma where I'm shooting this video. These artists go out for a week in the outdoors, the plein air, and they paint the local scenery in Sonoma and the Sonoma Valley, and then they have a booth at the art fair in downtown Sonoma. Wow, really special, and a lot of fun. So it would be so great to have like one of their paintings in your house, right? It really would make you feel like you're in Sonoma, because so many of the paintings are of the mustard, of course the vineyards and the grapes and the beautiful hills and the sunsets and the sunrises and the rivers and the creeks and the mountains. I mean, it goes on and on. So Hemmer Fryer Gallery, the Gallery Luo, Luio, and the Erickson Fine Art Gallery are all in Healdsburg. Gallery 300 is in Santa Rosa. Back Street Gallery is in Santa Rosa also. Riverfront Gallery is in Petaluma. I've been in that one. I love that gallery. Spinster Sisters has a gallery in Santa Rosa. I believe it's in their restaurant on A Street. You have to go to the restaurant. Really great food. And lastly, the Occidental Center for the Arts, which I have not visited myself, but many of my artist friends have told me about it. So pretty much from here to the ocean, you can go to art galleries and find some of the great local artists showing their work, and it's just awesome because you can go for a great day's drive out to the Pacific Ocean, up through wine country, up through apple country, out into Sonoma, drink some wine in Petaluma and the Petaluma Gap wineries, and enjoy the artwork because it's abundant. The classic art galleries, or art like painting and ceramics and things like that, are one thing, but of course, like a lot of communities in Sonoma County, we've got our craft fairs, and they're all over, of course, mostly in the summer, but there's craft fairs out at Bodega Bay Fisherman's Festival, Cloverdale Citrus Fair, Gravenstein Apple Fair. That's a blast. When you leave the fair, you leave with a bag of Gravenstein apples. I always love that. Handmade holiday craft in Santa Rosa. And don't forget Occidental, which is up in the beautiful hilly mountains as you go out through West Sebastopol towards the ocean. Occidental has a lot of artist colonies out there. Petaluma Fall Antique Fair, and there's the Winter Blast, which is in Healdsburg, the holiday artisan market every year in December. Okay, artists, artwork everywhere, great stuff to enjoy, and go out and see when you're living here and residing here in Sonoma County. So it wouldn't be Sonoma County unless I talked about the produce and the agriculture going on here and the things that you just got to buy in 2023, farms you have to visit, and well, here we go. So there's lots of CSAs, community supported agriculture groups, where you can go out to their farm, sign up, and every month go pick up a box of fresh produce. I don't know if you've ever heard about them. My brother talks about it a lot in Minnesota because they go pick up a fresh box of produce at their friend's farm throughout the summer and the spring. So we have lots of them in Sonoma County, and I'm not sure everybody really knows about them. Probably a few people do, but I'm advertising it more here because I think it'd be great to drive through the country and go pick up my vegetables once a week. I'm gonna have to try it. So there's farmers markets. We are farmers markets. Farm to table is Sonoma County, and go pick it up at the ranch or go to your Friday or Wednesday or Saturday morning farmers market in any city. Santa Rosa has a huge farmers market. Sonoma has a really good sized farmers market on Fridays, and Tuesday nights is an awesome market with live music oftentimes. I don't believe every night. Petaluma, I think, has 2 farmers markets, and Sebastopol, every single city. You could farmers market your way all the way north into the next county. So when you live here in Sonoma County, it's really the thing of all things. Get your baskets ready in your bags and pick a farmer's market, because you're going to be a regular, because it's Sonoma County. Some people come in from Fresno and other places because it's California, and they kind of share all over, but most of it is local Sonoma County stuff. There's the Coyote Family Farm in Pengrove, the Singing Frog Farm in Sebastopol. These are all egg ranches. Just Google and go get your eggs in Sonoma County. It's fantastic. The Gabriel Farm is in Sebastopol, and those are farm-raised eggs as well. They have a stand and they're a CSA, so you can drive up through the Sebastopol, maybe pick up your eggs one day, and then in August, when the Gravensteins come out, which they only come out in August, you can do both. You can have apples and you can have eggs. You're gonna love it. Just go on a tour. In Petaluma, there's the Taluma Farms and the Tamales Farmstead Creamery. And they have this farm, I had to read this because it has creamery, specializes in producing award-winning goat and cow milk cheeses. And they also offer farm tours and cheese making classes. So you can go out there and learn actually how to make cheese. It's a lot of fun. We've got a lot of great goat cheese around here and sheep cheese. So that's a great one, the Taluma Farms over in Petaluma. So when it comes to Sonoma County's best cheeses, I have to say Joe Matta's is on the top for me because I like Parmesan, kind of sort of drier cheese. And the whole family's from the Azores in Portugal, and they're right close by. Their address is Santa Rosa, but you'd never know it because you might think you were in Sebastopol. It's a great place to go out. They have lots of cows, and you just drive by the cows and you park and you go in their little cheese room and buy their cheese, Joe Matta's cheese. Their cheese is below, or their link to their website and their address is right below this video as well. This is a hard one to say, so hang in there with me. Have you heard of Argentina cheese? This is a family from Portugal as well. A lot of Portuguese live in Petaluma, and of course they're dairy farmers, many of them. And this is spectacular cheese. I've had it at several events. I recommend going and visiting this farm and their cheese room and having a fun day there. Based in Sonoma is Laura Chanel's goat cheese, and it's so good. I eat it all the time. Laura Chanel, look below. They have a cute label with, of course, a goat on it. They have, I believe that's the one that has the goat cheddar. Amazing. You see, these are things you have to buy in 2023 to make sure that you really feel like you're in Sonoma County. Now let's talk about Sarah's blueberries because they're all grown here. And you should see the blueberries. They're in stacks and baskets, like huge baskets in the markets around the county all summer long. They're delicious. They're giant blueberries. Look them up below the video. Ceres, S-E-R-R-E-S. Great blueberry growers. We grow a lot of berries in this county. I don't know about this year because we had a lot of rain. It's March 2023. It's like one monsoon after another. Don't worry about those fires or those droughts anymore because I think it took care of it this year. It's an unusual year here in Sonoma County, maybe all of California. The rain is back, right? It's like quintessentially typical California weather right now. Rainy, rainy, rainy in the wintertime. And I know a lot of you who've just moved here are like, no, it's not. You guys have had drought. Well, yeah, there was. And there has been off and on for millions of years. But more typically, and I've lived here my whole life, February, March, rainy month. It's just rainy month. And it was weird to have a drought. Really, really weird because everybody remembers like it rains December, January, February. So it's back. We're back to normal now. Just saying, go out and pick your fruit and eat your cheese and have fun. Now, the cow cheese, which also, they grow the cows and they raise the cows and they raise the goats all over Sonoma County and sometimes together now, but sometimes they specialize in things like Cowgirl Creamery. I think they have, let's see, they're out in Point Reyes. They're actually more Marin County, but you got to take a drive. Ooh, is that a drive? That's one of my favorite drives through the south part of Sonoma County and into Marin, and go check out Cowgirl Creamery. The McAvoy Ranch is also in Petaluma. It's huge. It's 550 acres. They have wine and they're known for their olive oil, and they have vegetables and a farm stand, and they give tours and tastings. So look up the McAvoy Ranch. I love olive oil, so let's go make a trip. I don't know if you can hear them, but there are sheep baying on the hill about 100 yards from where I'm shooting my video. It's so great because there's vineyards all around me, and when I look out and then I see the sheep, they're called the woolly weed eaters, and they let them out just this time every year because the mustard is up to your eyeballs. It's beautiful. Lots of weeds and wildflowers, but they don't like them in the vineyards because they want the plants to get all the attention, the vineyards, not the weeds. So they bring in the sheep and they eat them. And sometimes you'll see goats too, but I wish I could pick it up on the mic because it's the best sound in the world. Anyway, the next subject I wanted to talk about is our great outdoors and the gear you can buy and the companies that are local that you just might know. Okay, things you need to get, places you need to go, and things you need to do while you're in Sonoma County that really make you feel like, okay, I'm in Sonoma County. I'm hiking to the top of Taylor Mountain Park. I'm going on my mountain bike ride in Annandale Park. I'm kayaking down the Petaluma River. I'm horseback riding somewhere in Pengrove because that's what they do in Pengrove. And you're taking a long trip and maybe kayaking out by Jenner, where the fresh water from the Russian River meets the ocean. Now that's some serious fun. All right, there's tons to do in Sonoma County, right? From hot air ballooning to surfing in the morning and then picking up your crab pot in the afternoon. I see pickup trucks with the surfboard on the top. Okay, these are worker guys. Surfboard on the top, they're going out, they're gonna surf for a while, then they pick up their crab pots and enjoy the crab that night. That is so quintessentially Sonoma County. It's great. So, we got the fishing, we got the surfing, the hiking. You can walk on a million paths in Santa Rosa and the Sonoma Trail all over. It goes on and on and on. You can pick a different sport here in Sonoma County and enjoy pretty much everything. Not skiing, really. Although we did have snow locally this year, 2023. I witnessed it on like every hill here for about 3 days. It was fantastic. But we're not really a ski resort. But we have the water and the hiking and the biking and the horses and the kayaking. So if you live in Sonoma County, you should probably know about a few places where you can buy the best gear in 2023. So the gear stores. There's some super nice high-end gear stores. I mean, you can go to the Sports Basement, which is in Santa Rosa now, came out of San Francisco. It was kind of the Ross and Marshalls of sporting gear, and I used to love it. I mean, that place buys out like grocery store size buildings and fills it with things that weren't necessarily purchased in the last season, and you get great deals on amazing things I don't really know the whole background of Sports Basement, but I used to make a special trip to the San Francisco Presidio to buy things because it's just a cool store to walk around for one thing. And you get great deals on really nice things. Anyway, remember the Sports Basement? We have one in Santa Rosa now, and we have an REI. Now, there's also Sonoma Outfitters, which is the loveliest store in Sonoma County, I think, for getting your gear. That's in Montgomery Village. They really pay attention to you and give you some sweet, special attention. So go to Sonoma Outfitters if you can, if you have a chance. Check them out. I'll have it below the video, a whole list. In Healdsburg, there's a running company that's really great. Foot Locker in Santa Rosa that's known for that. I know we all get our tennis shoes online half the time, but if you want nice help getting fitted, people that understand feet, Foot Locker and the running store in Healdsburg are fantastic. The Bike Peddler, great bike shop. There were lots of bike shops in Santa Rosa, and COVID put a lot of them out of business. But the Bike Peddler is amazing. It's local. It's been on College Avenue forever, and they're just great at taking care of you. So remember the Bike Peddler. If you go to buy a bike, or if your bike needs repair, check them out. In Petaluma, you've got to go into Clevie Paddle Sports. They're right off the river in the Wharf District in Petaluma. And you gotta go paddling and go down the Petaluma River. It's not really a river, it's a saltwater inlet from the San Francisco Bay, and it has a tide. So make sure you bring tide tables and study up, because you could get caught out there in some low tide. The Petaluma River is a lot of fun, and there's tons of kayakers and stand-up paddlers, and well, just basic boating on the Petaluma River. And don't forget the Petaluma Yacht Club. I know you didn't know there was a yacht club in Petaluma. It's a cute little shack right on the turn basin in Petaluma. It's actually not a shack, it's a nice sized building. And the sailors come up from San Francisco and have a day in Petaluma. It's a lot of fun. Play It Again Sports is also in Santa Rosa, and sometimes I've run up there and got like a set of weights or bands or something like that. They have all kind of formerly owned products in there, and I think a lot of new stuff too. So that's a great place to pick up your gear. You know, Marmot, they make parkas and sweatshirts and hiking and biking and outdoor gear. Well, their headquarters are right here in Roanoke Park in Sonoma County. And you know Camelback, right? You put the pack on with the water tube, Petaluma. So we got gear here, and we have great gear stores all over Sonoma County. Yes, we have golf. We have tons of golf, nice golf courses from one end of the whole county to the other. And there's a store in Santa Rosa, which people tell me about. I'm not a golfer, called the Golf Mart. And apparently it's a great store. So I wanted to make sure to include it in this video, because if you're a golfer, sometimes you want to go in to a nice golf store, talk golf and talk clubs, and pick up some new equipment for your game, right? And you can do that at REI. And of course, Sports Basement has a huge golf section, but the Golf Mart is golf. So anyway, I hope you get out into Sonoma County and buy a membership to a great golf club here in Sonoma County. Remember how I talked about how I moved to Sonoma and I joined the Sonoma Valley Newcomers Club? Boy, do you find things out right away when you're around not only people who've been in Sonoma County a while, because in that organization, I'm in charge of membership now, so I should say in our organization. When you join the Sonoma Valley Newcomers, you're a newcomer for life as long as you pay your whole $26 a year. So it's really cool because you end up being friends with and going out to dinner or lunch or concerts or whatever with women who have lived here a long time. So you feel like you know the locals pretty much right away. It's really special. And of course, the locals talk a lot about wine in the city of Sonoma and throughout the entire county from one end to the other. We are wine in Sonoma County. So I thought one thing that would be really cool to mention today is a lot of the local families and couples, maybe empty nesters, they like to go out with other couples and go like have a great Saturday at a winery, and they belong to wine clubs. Now, I'll be frank with you. I don't really drink, so I don't go out to wineries that much. Sometimes I will. I'm not like an ever drinker. Sometimes I will just because it's beautiful and I want to go socialize out there. I was amazed at how many people locally, not just people who were coming here to be tourists, but locals join the wine clubs because they like to go to one winery or 2 or 3 wineries that they just love their wine, and they want to go sit out at the picnic table with their favorite wine at the winery with 3 or 4 or 10 friends and enjoy an afternoon. And I thought that was just so great to hear. And because who doesn't want to do that? I mean, I just thought it was great. So I really wanted to share it with you that not just tourists or people that live in other places join wine clubs. It's usually a few $100 you join the club, right? And then they'll ship you wine every month. And that's great for when you live out of state or somewhere else. But apparently the locals join the wine clubs too, because they like to go hang out and enjoy maybe the music or the plays or whatever's going on during the summer at the wineries. And actually, I shouldn't say just summertime, because the wineries are active all year long. It doesn't matter if it's completely monsooning like it has been here all winter 2023. Whew, it doesn't stop people from going in and having wine. I mean, what could be a better activity when it's raining, right? But going in and having a lovely glass of wine with your friends. So I wanted to talk about the wine industry and going and getting your wine club memberships at 2 or 3 or just one of your favorite wineries after you're a local here living in Sonoma County. The wine industry contributes about $13 billion to the Sonoma County economy every single year. And Santa Rosa has Matanzas Winery, Russian River Winery, Iron Horse Winery, and it goes on out through Sebastopol, where you will find Dutch Goldfield, Red Car Wine, and a lot more. In Rohnert Park, you have the 3 Fat Guys, you have Enriquez Estate Wineries, and if you haven't visited the Petaluma Gap Wineries, which include McAvoy Ranch, Zari, Adobe Road, and the Sonoma Coast Vineyards, they're fantastic. It's called the Petaluma Gap Winery. It's actually a designated winery region now. And of course, to top it off, Sonoma is full of wineries, and sometimes you can't tell when you're going up the valley where Santa Rosa ends and Sonoma starts, or whichever way you want to look at it. But of course, the Arroyo Vineyards, Benzinger, B.R. Cohen, St. Jean, Gunlock Bundschuh here actually in the city of Sonoma, St. Francis Winery, Three Sticks is a new one that's really delicious. It just goes on in the city of Sonoma. There's over 425 wineries in the county. I had no idea. When you go counting, you think, okay, there's, 7, 8, 20 in this county. 425, probably more than that actually. But there's a lot of wineries. There's not an area of this county from one end to the other, from the foggy area to the sunny area to the drier areas and the wetter areas and the areas near the San Francisco Bay. All around are wineries in Sonoma County. The California North Coast region produces 7.4 million cases of wine annually. Isn't that amazing? So join a wine club and enjoy Sonoma while you're living here. Sonoma County. You can enjoy Petaluma or Sebastopol or Rohnert Park. It's fantastic. You can join the vineyards and the wine all year long here in Sonoma County. I wanted to include in this video things you could decorate your home with and enjoy that'll really make you feel like you're living in Sonoma County. Now, you probably didn't notice my cow picture up there, but that's what I'm talking about. Filling your home, not with too many, because no one likes too much, because too much is never enough, right? But putting things in there that are really special, that really make you feel like Sonoma County. And here's my little list. So one of my favorite places is Art Facto in Sonoma. And it is kind of a salvagey place, salvage yard. But it's just full of great artifacts that are, you can buy old, beautiful grapevines there to like hang on your wall. Parts of old famous Sonoma buildings, statuary, and things like that.
How you can remodel by reincarnating some of the old fixtures from old homes that have a history and put them into your home.
In the heart of Sonoma wine country, architectural salvage from all over the world.
It's a great place to accessorize your home and really grab a piece here and there that'll just make it look like, well, you're living in Sonoma County. I mentioned Art Facto, but I also wanted to mention Patino, which is a furniture store, the Pass Door, and Wine Country Furniture, which is as you go out Bodega in Petaluma. They have really lovely high-end furniture. Not that the furniture is necessarily made here in Sonoma County, but they're a proprietor that all lives here and works here, and that's a store that's been a part of Sonoma County for a long, long time. Wine Country Furniture. So there's great furniture stores, salvage shops, Heritage Salvage in Petaluma on the south end. Oh my gosh, it's such a great place because they have an In the Woods in Petaluma, another great store. The husband of In the Woods is a tree company. They own a huge tree company in this county. And now he has a store on Petaluma Boulevard in Petaluma called In the Woods. And he collects big, huge slabs of the most beautiful trees that he's had to fell. And he had them on his ranch for a long, long time, and people always want to make furniture out of them, especially picnic tables and things for the outdoors. So he has a great store in Petaluma, and you could get a big, huge piece of a redwood tree or an oak tree, or he even has some pretty unusual trees in there, and just beautiful pieces, and much of it is already cut and ready for you to pick up. And same with the salvage yard in Petaluma, the Heritage Salvage. They have pieces, parts of old Petaluma buildings, and some stuff from San Francisco too, but it's a great salvage place on the south side, south of the bowling center in Petaluma. Great place to pick up and decorate your home with Sonoma County. Little list includes things about eggs, chickens, goats, cows, Gravenstein apples, and wine. And let's not forget an occasional hayfield or some beautiful painted picture of the wildflowers that are out right now. They're coming out big time, or the California poppies. Pictures of those items in your home will really, really, really make you feel like you're in Sonoma County. I don't know about you, but I love that subject matter, and I have a little bit of it throughout my house just because I love all those things. And don't forget to buy something, because you're gonna want pictures of the beautiful scenery here in Sonoma County right in your house, right? You could put apples, cows, goats, vineyards, wine bottles, flowers. It's endless. There's a lot going on in Sonoma County and a lot of beauty to enjoy in the artwork. Okay, this is a whole bunch of information, right? I didn't know how long to make this video, so I just basically picked 5 categories, and I'm hoping you're still tuned in. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and call me if you're gonna buy a house here. I'd love to help you out. We'll see you in Sonoma County, and the next video's coming up right there.